and I'll fly into the end of the sky. So I'll be the one who doesn't have to say goodbye.
Hey there guys, I'm Brony Shoutouts with this parody video called Parody, Everything Wrong with the Cutie Remark Part 2 in 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes and 41 seconds long. Oh, yes. Okay, the Cutie Remark Part 2, when Starlight was still the communist in Season 5. Communist Starlight. What errors are in this video? Let's find out. Let's get the reaction started in 3, in 2, in 1, go! Everything wrong with Cutie Remark Part 2.
Weakly burping some smoke is exactly what a changeling disguised as a dragon would do, yet
Yes.
he's convinced he's real. Fluttershy apparently didn't get her cutie mark as a filly, but she did get it while threatening Twilight just now.
Oh dear.
No changeling hides, for it reveals the truth inside.
Close,
Ooh.
Zecora, but you were just one letter away from actually rhyming.
Oh dear.
Also, why doesn't Zecora have to wear the salve like everyone else? Unless she's an undercover changeling, of course.
Oh
Does
yes.
Twilight's and Spike's glow slowly fade away or disappear suddenly? Either way, doesn't that defeat the purpose of the salve if its revealing power is temporary?
I don't
Golden
know.
Harvest, aka Carrot Top, is wearing a number from the running of the leaves.
Oh dear.
Bonbon's number, oddly enough.
Crystal was in her arms.
Not 42 then.
For Canterlot, but my friends and I stopped her.
Oh, is that how you remember things, Twily? I recall you being utterly defeated and saved by your older brother and your babysitter.
But this is the second time I've come back, and this world is even worse than the last one.
Twilight judges an entire world after meeting just a handful of its inhabitants.
How?
Well, she knows the changelings are doing a better job than Celestia did. Did the changelings ever doom an entire empire for 1,000 years?
Ooh,
Starlight
sneaky.
was doing the same thing in the past. How could the present be so different?
A better question is, why is the present so similar? It's always the same well-known
Presents,
villains who take over,
not
and seem
presents.
to do so independently of the others.
So is Bo.
A more accurate future would be one where all of the villains the main six defeated war against each other, with every
Oh,
pony
dear.
else caught in the crossfire. Pinkie
I
Pie's
wonder what-
wings are an
are
alicorn
those
shape.
plushies that
Also,
fall down?
Pinkie Pie has wings.
Oh dear.
Both a great demonstration
I knew
and a
about that
terrible
one.
demonstration, because it's much more likely the water would have returned to its original path, which exactly represents what happens by the end of the episode. Their
Yeah.
being in the past at all would have much more of an impact on the
Are we in the
future than what
present if it's in the
butterfly effect
past?
describes by name.
What a lovely village. It looks absolutely delicious.
She looks
It would
cute
be
there.
delicious if you continued to drain its love and not
Go
pull your cover
delicious.
for no reason. What do they
Sorry.
have to gain by taking over Equestria? Wouldn't the changelings rather assume disguises and feed off of love without making themselves known? Oh wow,
How?
this filly was a changeling all along?
Oh,
if
dear.
only we had some magical substance to reveal that long ago. Chrysalis doesn't hear Zecora or see Twilight flee, even though both are right in front of her.
Even if what you are saying were true, we'd never surrender to our creature.
It's
of
like
the shore.
you.
Just offered her own imprisonment in return for letting all of the others go free, and Zecora selfishly refuses for the sake of a rhyme. Did Twilight cast this spell to specifically only include Spike and herself?
Oh dear.
Because this changeling got awfully close to joining them, as does Nightmare Moon later on. Twilight
Yeah.
does a loop for no reason other than it looks cool.
Really gotta work on your aim.
She said after dodging
Quiet!
which was perfectly aimed. Twilight forgets about the third dimension
Ooh,
and gets
nice
around
spot
Spike
there.
by leaping over him. Rainbow Dash both speaks out of line and takes her helmet off for no reason. Nightmare Moon takes care of the wolves off screen. Just kidding, one's murdered right in our face. As mentioned earlier, Nightmare Moon is standing very close to the portal when Twilight casts the spell. But then, in the next shot, she and the guards appear much further away. For some reason, the guards look like low-resolution JPEGs in this shot.
We could be stuck doing this for all eternity.
Or just until one of us dies of old age. You really want to take your chances against an alicorn, Starlight? It was just dumb luck.
Geek Lamb!
Starlight pulled her
Chip!
into such an appropriately somber future. They could have just as easily both been killed upon arrival.
I don't
That's
know
true.
why my friends and I
Dead
are
on
so
dead on
into
arrival.
Equestria, but we are.
Actually, I'm with Starlight.
I
Contrary
did
to
like
this
this
episode's
animation
message
then.
of friendship, these changes have way more to do with the butterfly effect and less to do with the main six themselves.
Flash has
We
not
have
here
to
though.
assume Starlight goes to her childhood village as a way of replaying the memory.
The village!
Not that they are physically time traveling right now. Them time traveling without the use of the all-important scroll MacGuffin while risking the very same butterfly effect which doomed Equestria in the scene prior would complicate
Doomed!
things. But this isn't explained to be a projection either, so here's a confused sin for a confused plot.
Where are we?
That map of yours is connected to every part of Equestria.
Starlight expertly dodges the question because this place doesn't have a name.
I got questions about that scene,
Billy
actually.
Starlight gets her cutie mark for this shot. These sorts of animation errors are common and fun to discover, but this one's especially ironic considering the whole point is that Sunburst got his first. Starlight and Sunburst are playing Jenga because Hasbro show. The fact Sunburst leaves the room without sharing the moment with Starlight, let alone even look at her, says a lot about their one-sided friendship. Twilight doesn't even try to magically grab the scroll back. She'd rather stare on in silence to build dramatic tension before the commercial break. Starlight's desperation is downright
That was so true!
Considering the implications of a stalemate with an alicorn, she is basically suicidal.
We're not playing chess, though!
I've seen it a dozen times. Things don't turn out well in Equestria without my friends.
Yeah, but what would happen if you remained in this timeline with the advanced knowledge of a time traveler? You could single-hoofedly save Equestria by knowing all of the enemy
Doctor
moments and
Who!
plans. Not to mention, bring your younger self and the others together without the need for a rain boom. This hypothetical option is a sin for bringing to light the fact that with the tree's help, this world is indeed a linear, self-correcting timeline, and not the multiple worlds multiverse which plagues so many other fictional works. That may be a good thing, worth praising.
Don't mess with time travel, kids!
One thing is certain. Time travel is stupid.
Ugh, what's so special about your friends?
This whole episode is about Starlight being jealous of the show's main characters. That's why she's forced upon us as a new main character from now on. This is all part of her plan. Starlight continues to rip the scroll to build dramatic tension, but it was already mostly torn the first time, which means she has to be repairing it to begin the rip anew. We see spells used and cast without any use of a scroll, but apparently this one has a clause built into it, which requires the scroll to remain intact. The one spell which could have world-ending implications and needs a backup more than any other has a self-destruct feature, and one that could occur by mistake, too. It's unlikely Star Swirl had anything to do with this, meaning it was all part of Starlight's plan to doom herself.
Oh, Star Swirl,
oh dear, text there. On the map, which disables it. At least until a few episodes from now when they magically turn the map back on. So this was completely pointless. You know what? I've been sending the castle for an entire season.
Yes, you have.
For something new. But before that, let's return the message.
What?
Right back at you.
If she's as powerful as all that, we can't just send her on her way, can we?
Actually,
Yes.
I kind of have something else in mind.
What's
My
that?
Little Pony. Friendship is a tactical solution to control those more powerful than you. The show's never been the same since the background artist strike. Just by looking at how special this ending is, it's safe to say this episode was made as a potential series finale, which is the ultimate sin.
A lot. Yeah. It felt like it was the end of an era.
No, not that. Anything but that.
Right.
It's just the other times we've come back. It's been day. But look.
It's night.
Why would the map bring us back to a different time of day than when we left?
Okay. Okay, that was Parody. Everything Wrong with the Cutie Remark Part 2 in 7 minutes. Oh, yes. Okay, that was an okay episode. Oh, it was better than the other previous one. Not the previous one. Previous one with, yeah. Manhattan, Railway episode, Railway one, yeah. That one was not many animation errors, and was kind of boring in my opinion. But this one was, it was okay, it was good. Slightly more animation errors, like Pinkie Pie having wings. She's an alicorn! It's not the first time that's happened. That's even happened in the Railway episode, I believe. No. Manhattan episode. Anyway, yeah, other alicorns have animation errors has been in the show before. And it's pretty common to see Cutie mark animation errors. And it's been like one of those things, like they either have the wrong Cutie mark or the Cutie mark appears when it shouldn't actually appear. Like in season 1 with Pinkie Pie, get the Cutie mark, then disappearing and again her Cutie mark again. Like predict the flank is predicting the future. Time travel!
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Seriously. Well, it was like a constant time loop, but with like Groundhog Day, and I don't think I see that movie. It's basically like Groundhog Day. It's slightly different. You go back in time to change the same past, present, future thing. I'd go back in the past and do this reaction again, and I'd be constantly doing it, and we'll never get it done, will I? Oh dear. Sparrow, time travel? Will we talk about it? No. Okay, no, I won't. Yeah, it was an okay episode. And this is the end of Season 5 for Littleshy. Next one will be the start of Season 6. And Flurry Heart comes into the picture. And boy, there's a lot of sins in this one. In that one, yeah. But that's for another reaction. Oh, yes. Well, hopefully you like this reaction. And my reaction videos I do. And obviously, you next time. Oh, yes.
And I'll fly